This club's about winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0. Sorry for smiling there.
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Ooh, sir, how we doing? Manchester United 4, Sheffield United 2. United nearly make a mess of it at home against relegation-bound Sheffield. The Blades heading down to the championship next year. It's a foregone conclusion. And United, you said it in the warm-up, which is basically we're looking like relegation team these days. Today, even almost making a mess of it at home, cruising against the worst team in the league. And United finds a way to go down twice. Incredible stuff. But we get the win somehow, some way. Bruno Fernandes with a terrific game, 2 goals and an assist. Højlund gets a nice goal. And Garnacho had a great performance as well. Magoo with a goal. So job done. On to the next one, which is another team about our caliber these days. Burnley, the Builders on the weekend. Opportunity, a must 3 points at Old Trafford. But I always expect this team to let me down. I always expect this cast of characters to disappoint. Today, they almost disappointed on multiple occasions, but luckily, we pulled it out against the Blades.
Sir, cheer up. It was a big 3 points at home. You know, like this team on the results end of things are getting it done lately. And to see Bruno, like a little magic from our captain, it's been missing all year. And Sheffield only had like 5 shots. So we had more of the ball. We didn't get absolutely cooked and give up a ton of opportunities. Our defense was in shambles. You look at the stat sheet, it should have been way more comfortable than it actually was, which shows you how horrid the defense is. It's been that way all season. We haven't been able to fix it. But the fact that, you know, we did struggle against the team that was 8th in the championship, and we still struggled against the worst team in the league, but didn't struggle as bad. So if you're looking for a silver lining, I think there is one. It is a big 3 points, but it's about how we finish, right? We have an FA Cup final. We got Burnley at the weekend, which is a tight turnaround. Also another takeaway, Erik ten Hag finally made some changes, started Eriksen, switched to Low and AWB, which I thought was the right thing to do. Bench Rashford, that was the right thing to do. Lo and behold, the stubborn Dutchman gets a little less stubborn, and then we play a little better. Not great, but a little better. And then our captain coming into form, where the leader's at. Finally, a little something, but the glass is always half empty. It's been a shit year, but kind of a madness at home. 3 points, 4 goals for United. Like, we got to take a little, we have to be a little happy about that.
I like that take. You know what? It's been a season of dog shit football, and today was nothing great, but an improvement. And I actually really like the take because I think you're right. There were moments where we played some decent game, some decent ball, especially Bruno. Right, he created like 8-9 chances in this game. Had 2 great penalty and a great outside the box banger. And finally, some flexibility. Probably too late from the manager. I think his job is already set in terms of what's going to happen next season. But like you said, Eriksen in the midfield, that added an element, switching up and having AWB back on the right back side. And then bringing in Ahmad early. He actually got a proper run out today. He got like 40 minutes, came on before the 60th to hook Anthony. So I think that made an impact. Positives, another debut from Wheatley, a 250 debut from the academy. So there are little things, but as Ratcliffe has said in the press this last week, it's going to take patience, and he needs fans to be patient, sir, because this is a project. We know it better than most. This is a project. We got a lot of work to do. Old Omar Barada and Dan Ashworth and co. They got their work cut out for them.
Work cut out, to say the least. Wilcox in the box watching was good to see. The hires coming in, it's going to take a long time. Not the worst we played all year, but not the best. And I think it's far from what Manchester United should be. I mean, you know me, I'm holding these lads to 21 times. Like, we have to be thinking about winning titles, and that's not title winning football against 20th place Sheffield with nothing to play. So look, you got to enjoy the day, though. The fans, I felt like, had a great time at Old Trafford, and sometimes it's just about getting 3 points and then on to Cincinnati. Sir, quick PSA for the podcast. If you like the American Red Devils, we are for fans, by fans. If you like that biased fan take, and you've been with us all season, this tough season, I feel like it's that London Marathon that Sir Jim Ratcliffe ran. He didn't look too spry when he was cooking out there. Support us on Patreon. We're 100% fan back. No sponsors on the podcast. Patreon.com/American Red Devils. Also, check out our store, AmericanRedDevils.store. Our Eric Ten Hag Red Army EFL Cup champs are
on sale now.
On sale, $4.99. Back the bald man while you still can. Otherwise, Alex is going to be stuck with about 30 of these scarves for good. AmericanRedDevils.com for all your fan-generated blog content. But, sir, tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews of the American Devils podcast. Wherever you listen, it's a great way to support the pod. Helps us get found organically by other Muppets like yourself. And we're giving away free merch. Just write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify and send a screenshot of that review to AmericanRedDevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear, send it right to your door anywhere in the world. Here's a great one from Tater R30, best Yanks in the biz. Love the pod, lads, especially your financial deep dives. Hope to meet up with you and the lads from Stretford Paddock in New York City this summer. Up the Reds. Thank you, Tater R. Sir, let's get into some football.
All right, we're talking Manchester United 4, Sheffield United 2 at Old Trafford. English Premier League, sir, we had Onana in net, AWB at right back, the change from the manager. He stuck with Casemiro, Magoo, put Delo on the left. He had Mainu, Eriksson coming in for his first start in 3 months, Bruno in the hole, Garnacho on the left, Hoyland up top, and then Antony on the right. How do we feel about that 11?
You know, I liked the Eriksson inclusion. I thought about time, like what's taking so long? And playing AWB on his preferred right side, I think makes sense. I think that whole like stick him at left back worked against Liverpool that one game, and then he just kind of ran with that. Yeah, I don't want to see Antony, but he learned. He like hooked him at 55 minutes, which is a statement. So I actually generally like this 11 given the circumstances. What do you think, sir?
No, I thought he finally changed it up, despite us dying for a result previously. So it's great to see. Let's get into that match.
United, they came out, like you'd hope they'd come out against 20th place team. They were cruising until we shot ourselves in the foot. 12th minute, good chance for Casemiro from a corner, but he blasted over. And then 23rd minute, Garnacho was looking super dangerous today. He had a great chance, well saved by the Sheffield keeper, who was pretty busy. But United, 35th minute, someone who had a really rough start to the season, well, he had an ugly moment in the 35th minute.
Onana, that's a mistake. Vogel is onto this, and he's put it away. And against the run of play, Sheffield United take the lead through Jadon Bogle after a horrible howler from Onana.
Howler from Onana, sir. We had heard that earlier in the season, but he had been doing much better over the last 4, 5, 6 months. But this was not his best. Gives the ball away to the Sheffield player in a very dangerous position, and he takes advantage of it. That's United this season, right? Like, even when you do play well, you give them the ball, and then they just stab you in the heart. About right.
Horrible howler from Onana. Look, I'm a De Gea man, so just letting you know, like, people that killed De Gea, it's like, look at this guy.
Guy makes a first error in 5 months. He's like, De Gea guy. All right, he's gone.
I don't know if it's the
Unemployed.
first error. I don't know. Like, Onana's
First error
been
in a while. I mean, he had a very horrible start. I'll agree with you, but
no, like, he had a like put me in coach horrible start. Like, he
as
was
bad
like,
as it gets.
it was so bad where it was like
it was terrible.
he had to get like a starting goal, get benched. This is not benched, but he's good for some howlers. And you know, he isn't the biggest problem that we got, but man, we are leaking goals at a crazy rate. And you also can't blame Onana when he's facing the insane amount of shots we have. So he has been busy. He has been better. If you're going to be playing out the back, you're going to give it away every once in a while. So, you know, we just have to take this one in stride. And we would, in the 42nd minute, that big old slab head, Magoo would get his goal.
Yes, he would. Here we go.
Whips it in. It's admirably defended by Holgate, but Garnacho's onto it. Maguire with a flick. Harry Maguire steps forward when Manchester United needed a rapid response, and their first half dominance finally pays off.
Oh, it's a super header.
Super header from Harry Magoo. Nice. He's in a nice run of form at the moment, really playing well given how tough of a career he's had at United. Garnacho puts in a great ball, and he does very well to kind of make like a sly little flick of his head. Back corner goal. Love to see it, sir.
Yeah, credit Garnacho with a great cross here, and Magoo, you know, getting a few goals. This is something that we've been waiting for. Finally, he's coming good, sir. 45th minute. Sorry?
No, I was just saying something you and I talked about for years and years. We were always talking about where are the Harry Maguire goals, right? Because he had so many at Leicester, and then they just completely dried up during his first couple seasons at United.
Yeah, years and years of Harry Maguire. And
years
and years.
United,
years and years of this team not really contending. Don't remind me. 45th minute, Onana with a great ball to Anthony, finds Garnacho. Well saved. Second half. You know, we got it 1-1 Sheffield United. Hey guys. Hey guys,
whatever you do, guard the cutback.
Yeah, this is a relegation-bound team with like nothing to play for. How'd it go in the 50th minute?
We've given up this goal like 30 times this season. Here we go.
Palmer setting it up here for Osborne and Brereton Diaz. It's another tale of the unexpected at Old Trafford as Sheffield United hit the front again, and you really.
At this point, you don't even act surprised. You're not even surprised. United fans at this point, after the season we've seen,
no
the goals we've given up, I was like, of course. It's like they just not paying attention, not turned on. First 5 minutes of a half, it's like, how many times have we seen that? And then cut back. Every fucking time, cutback city. And that guy, who I have no idea who that player is, never seen him before, but he was all over the pitch against us, scores a goal. There we go. Sheffield 2-1.
No, fucking brutal, dude. Like Delo here too. Like I feel like everyone's like Delo player of the season. Like watch the cutback goals, dude. This guy is in no man's land, not marking anybody. Like literally stand on the goal line and watch the ball go in. How many times has it happened this season? By the way, you're playing defense. It's like
That's
defense
your
wins championship.
Number one job.
It's like this is so bad. You know, when you talk about shit football, it's like. We saw Fulham score at will. We see Sheffield United score at will. We see Bournemouth score at will. We see Coventry score at will. We've seen like even the League Two teams scoring against us, dude. This is why it's so bad. And this is just like, look, we have the talent to hit 4, but we're going to give up 2 or 3. And that's the problem at United. And the fact that we haven't been able to get a hold of it. Hey, as a neutral, it's great to watch, but as a fan that's seen this all year, it's just brutal watching Sheffield put them in against you. This hurts, sir. It hurts.
Because this is like a game where once again you're kind of being bailed out by individual talent. You know, Bruno, great ball from Garnacho, great header from Magoo. I mean, penalty's a penalty in the modern era, but anyway, I agree with you, sir. It's like
I don't see that pull down penalty get called often.
I mean, they called it against City. They called it us against City, that penalty. We played them.
No,
2
I
months
know,
ago.
but it's not like
it used to not be a penalty, but now it is a penalty often.
But like 20% of the time it's called. Like I mean, like if you look at every foul in the box like that, it's like usually not. It's like this one was like there, but
I mean, you pulled him down from behind the guy who scored a goal from a header.
No doubt it's a foul. No doubt it's a foul, but it usually doesn't get called straight by the ref on the pitch. That's what I'm saying. So like even then, but 55th minute sub Ahmad for Anthony like that.
You love that, right?
The low one-on-one with the keeper, but you know he held on to it too long, and then the penalty. 61st minute, like I said, it's straight on penalty, but like usually this isn't called. Glad to see it called. As a United fan, we need it.
It's a VAR pen, right? Like you said, it's like never called in the fields. And then now in the last 5 years, these are sometimes called pens, not even often. Here we go. Bruno Fernandes, 61st minute, ice in his veins.
Bruno Fernandes on the hour. Come off the hour, come off the man, and the man so often for Manchester United is Bruno Fernandes.
It certainly is.
Bruno, what a game. Bruno Fernandes had. United are back into it. Sir.
The way he took this penalty, you're like, he's back. The
He
mojo
does.
is
No
flowing.
celebration.
Like, it was great. It was a great penalty PK from him. And yeah, like I at this point, I thought we would really go on to putting him to the sword, but we didn't. And they had 2 huge chances when it was 2-2. That same guy that was all over the place had a huge deflection that hit the post. Then he had another great opportunity after more horrid defending. So, like, again, I thought United, at 2-2, it finishes 4-2. You think it's comfortable, but we weren't really doing much until that worldy of a hit from Bruno in the 81st minute.
Captain Magnifico bailed us out once again, sir. Like you said, 81st minute.
Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United certainly do it the hard way, but goals galore are guaranteed along the way, and that
we do it the hard way, sir. We certainly do this season. Bruno Fernandes, I think I changed my refrain, which is that we should keep only players under 22 and Bruno Fernandes, because like you said, he's looking a little bit like vintage Bruno again. If you look at his form over the last 5 games, he's been scoring goals, assisting, creating tons of chances, and we haven't seen enough of these outside the box bangers, since really like the COVID shutdown. We're playing stadiums with no fans, but you love to see it. Great goal from Bruno. We're bailed out by our world-class players.
No, like I said, moment of brilliance. Great hit from him, and you saw him take the penalty well. You see this. He was all over the pitch, creating tons of chances. There's also the 64th minute sub. Forgot to mention McTominay came on for Eriksson. And then Bruno with another great assist to Højlund in the 85th to make it 4-2. Finally, we can rest easy.
Rest easy. The Dane gets a goal.
The question is...
Fernandes latching onto this. And Højlund! He ends a 6-game drought, and not for the first time this season.
Great run from Højlund, but the pass from Bruno is just outrageous. Bruno Fernandes, such a player, his just like variety of passes he can make. So that diagonal ball is perfection and ices the game. And we needed it, because even 2 up, you still had thought in the back of your heads, like, if there's any team that could bottle it at home against the worst team in the league, it's the 23-24 Manchester United side. But hey, well done from Højlund. Good goal from him. Long time coming.
Great goal from the Dane. You want to finish this one up?
Last one. Couple subs, 91st minute. Ethan Wheatley gets his debut. Youngster featured for the under-18s when I think they won a cup yesterday, actually, the under-18 cup. So congrats to him for making, I think, the 250th debut for an academy lad that makes the first team for Manchester United. So that speaks to, we still have an elite academy. They continue to outshine the first team. And Amrabat as well. They came out for Højlund and Manu to see at the game, and that was basically it, sir. Like you said, 4-2 United against Sheffield, and on to the next one. They didn't outshoot us.
So the U18s won the U18 Premier League Cup. Wheatley featured there, like you said, 250th Academy debut. That is the United DNA. And look, shout out to the manager. Been giving the youngsters tons of debuts, and that is great to see, because that's a huge part of this club. That's what it's all about, to be a United player, sir. And, just makes you proud. That's something that makes you proud to wear the shirt, sir. That's all it's about.
I saw them celebrating yesterday, and that There's just something so honest about the kids because they like haven't been ruined yet by, and even forget like the United first team kids, but just in general, like first team players, like something about like 18-year-olds enjoying a cup amongst each other. There was just like a genuine joy and happiness in their eye, and that kind of made me excited to be a United fan for the future, sir. You know, like it's gonna be a long haul. We got a lot of work to do, but there are some good bones at this old club, sir. There's some good bones here.
Yeah, and shout out to Jimmy Murphy, for those who don't know, who was legend of Manchester United, assistant coach to Sir Matt Busby, who took over the team when Busby was in the hospital after the Munich air disaster. And he's credited for building the youth academy. And there's a statue of him outside Old Trafford, and that's why history runs deep, and seeing youth come through the academy, it just makes you proud to be a Manchester United fan. And so that was it, 4-2 for United. You wish we could have done a little easier. The XG was kind, 3.2 to United to 0.76 to Sheffield United. We had them done. 13 shots on target to their 4, 25 shots to their 10. Like I said, 72% of the ball to their 28. This was a normal stat sheet for at home, playing against bottom of the table side. It just didn't look like that when it was 2-2 and we were struggling to really dominate and like really press on to get the winner. Something about this team lacks that, we saw it in extra time against Liverpool. I really feel like that was a moment in the season where the players bit down, like put the piece in their mouth, they bit down and they went for it. And we didn't see that today. No. We kind of saw that moment of brilliance, FC, not that like, hey, nope, we're not going to lose here. Like, we were like, and so there's something about the character of this team that I question if they're not really, when it went 2-2 and the Bruno gets that penalty, how do you get the third? Is it chance after chance, wave after wave, like working tirelessly? I'm not seeing that. And that's something that's a little concerning.
I 100% agree, sir. There's still a complacency in this side. We don't have that edge. We don't have that mental toughness, the fortitude to you see it in the way we've given up leads, right? It's one thing to concede one, but we've conceded two in quick succession many, many times this season in a number of winning positions. Like we played well and then shot ourselves in the foot lots of times, in addition to playing shit many, many times this season. So this team definitely has a mental fortitude issue that I don't know how you fix other than bringing in a whole new regime and a young group of lads that want to grind. Because I don't know how you do it with the existing crew. Maybe a Tuchel could do it, but I don't even know if a hard nose like a Conte could get this crew moving.
Totally. And checking in with the table, United, what does this mean? What are we playing for? We are sixth place with 53 points. Tottenham with 60. They have a game in hand. They've only played 32. Villa's played 34. They're at 66. City with 32. They're at 73. Scouse Bastards with 34. They're at 74.
Lost Everton. Oh,
and Arsenal at 34 with 77. Now, going through the scenarios, and this is kind of getting crazy that I can't even keep straight, and it's become so complicated that it kind of ruins tracking it throughout the season. But obviously, we have the Champions League spots 1 through 4 guaranteed. Then fifth place would go to Europa League. Europa Conference League is now the Carabao Cup champs, which will be the Scouse Bastards.
Really? Okay.
But if they make the Champions League, which it looks like they will, that spot will then get allocated down the table. Similar, if Champions League spots go 1 through 5, that means Europa League would be 6th place. And then there's also another Europa League spot for the FA Cup winners, but if City win the FA Cup, then spots 7 and 8 could get European football. Unclear if it's Europa or Conference League.
Well done.
So, well done. It's
Complicated
TBD.
shit. I know.
So, regardless, most likely if we call it 6, if there's the top 5, 6 will be Europa League. And that sucks.
Conference League's worse, right?
Yes. And so to that end, Newcastle is in 7th, 3 points behind us. But we have to play Arsenal. We have some difficult games. We also have to play Newcastle. And now I'm most likely to determine Europe. And the most hysterical thing ever could be us playing in Europa Conference League. If you thought you hated Europa League, Europa Conference League is the ticket. By the way, we win the FA Cup, we get Europa League football.
Oh, there you go.
So there are many paths to Europe, but it's the Europe that you don't want. And Tottenham can still choke, but that's quite a tall order of choking for them.
Yeah, we blew that
and
chance.
we would need the fifth place in the Champions League. So I feel like this whole new coefficient and not knowing who gets what, or it kind of ruins it, because it used to be before, like, you got to get fourth place, and now you don't even know. And so it's very confusing and convoluted. So, like, I think we're going to get European football. Like I said, it's not the Europe you want.
No, definitely will not be Champions League, because the coefficient actually went against England over the last 2 weeks, because Gunners got dumped out, Liverpool got dumped out, and City got dumped out. So, like, I think Germany's going to get that spot and get the extra Champions League spot. But like you said, this won't even be sorted until the week after the league ends, when the FA Cup is played, because that will dictate. It's either going to be Europa League or Conference League, sir. We're not catching Spurs. We had our window, we blew it. All these draws, these like 3 draws and 1 loss over the last 5 games. We had our ticket and we kind of threw it away. So it's going to be one of the 2 fucking shit leagues, and I'm hoping it's Hans and Franz and not Hans and Franz's cousin.
Yeah. So
we haven't
in that
named yet,
case,
who we'll name eventually once we end up there.
So in the case where it's 1 through 4, 5th is Europa League guaranteed. If City win the FA Cup, I think 6th gets Europa League. And since Liverpool won the Carabao Cup, I assume that spot would just go to 7th. So, like, we should assume that 6th is Europa League at the moment because of the FA Cup. If we win it, then we're in Europa League. And then if City wins it, then 6th would get it. And so we really need to be
6.
So these three points against Sheffield United, ipso facto, boiling it all down, the moment of brilliance FC, these 3 points right now are sitting in Europa League versus Europa Conference based on the article I read on ESPN.com that's very confusing that I might not understand.
Hey, you fooled me. So we have no idea. So we'll see. We'll see. You want to hear from the bald fraud?
Huh?
Yeah, here we go.
Talk about his performance. No, I think not only tonight, he's in a very good form. I think we put him in the right position. He finds the right spots, and when he's in that position, and I think also in this feeling, he make the right decisions. And he can create a lot. He can score a goal. He can assist. He have key actions. So very pleased with his performance.
Paul, just in terms of not just his technical abilities, kind of Bruno brings a lot of resistance and kind of has guided the team when they've been struggling a lot this season. Did he kind of show that against him?
He shows his leadership in his game, where he just try to explain, but also with his energy. So in his transition both ways. So very important, and always he tries to encourage the team. So he's doing very well, and we are very pleased with his performance and with his attitude.
Very pleased with Bruno Fernandes, as he should be, sir. Who wouldn't be pleased with Bruno Fernandes? What a player he is.
Look, the manager's had some tough, feel like he's fighting the press in England. This was more vanilla. He's on the cosh. Management looking down. He's nervy. But we got a next match.
You ready? Let's go.
We're talking Manchester United versus Burnley, Old Trafford, Saturday, April 27th, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern.
I feel like this is appropriate, sir. I feel like they'll be playing Man United, Burnley, and like Kansas City within a decade. You heard about La Liga. La Liga's doing games in the U.S. in 2 years.
They need to.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off.
Lifetime versus Burnley. We've won 67, drawn 24, lost 45. First time we ever played them, 1892, Newton Heath versus Burnley. We drew in the first division. Ooh, those dark ales back in 1892 hit different. Last 5, 1-4, drawn 1. Company at the helm. They are getting the drop this season. Coming in. Woo! Drew Wolves. Everton cooked them 1-0. That was really a decider there on relegation. Drew Brighton, a little frisky there, and Burnley beat Sheffield United 4-1. That's not good.
They're gonna come fighting, bro. They're gonna come fighting. You know it.
Oh, here's the deal. Vincent Company, he's a mean SOB,
yeah.
and Burnley's gonna play us tough. It's gonna be a hard game. For Burnley, if you could believe it, they've been the champions of England twice in 1920, 21, and 1959-60. They also won the FA Cup and the Charity Shield twice. They obviously play their home games at Turf Mordor.
What a name.
Since 1883. Turf Moor, but we coined it Turf Mordor. Just absolutely love that name. We have long-standing rivalry with Blackburn Rovers, another great team.
And name. Another great name as well.
Blackburn Rovers. But that's kind of when we started watching the EPL. They were frisky.
They were.
And they contest the East Lancashire Derby against them. The players, I literally don't know anyone on this team. So I can't comment, but they're playing the 4-4-2. That's the old school.
Burnley.
4-4-2
Burnley.
Like Richie April, I'm from the old school. Physio room for United. Injuries, center back injury list, brutal. Varane out, Evans out, Lindelof out, Martinez out. Malacia was seen on Instagram lifting some weights, which I think is like a good sign.
Yeah, he's
I
alive.
don't know. Luke Shaw is out. Martial having a laugh. Rashford had an injury. And that's about it. Mount as well. But he could be fit.
All these fucking injuries. 11s. Let's do 11s, sir. I'm doing Onana and net. I'm basically the same 11 today. I'm making one change. So Onana, AWB, Maguire, Casemiro, Delo. Then I'm going to do Eriksson, Kobe, Bruno, Garnacho, Hoyland, Ahmad. Ahmad deserves a start, sir. What do you got?
I'm playing the same team as today for no particular reason other than I think that's what the manager will do. Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro, Magoo, Delo, Mainu, Eriksson, Bruno, Garnacho, Hoyland, and Anthony. Little minutes for the boys.
Minutes for the boys. Let's check out the money line. Sir, United are the favorites, but not quite the same way we were against Big Bad Sheffield. United minus 220 at home, plus 400 for the draw, and plus 490 for the Burnley upset. Sir, given the odds, what is your score prediction?
I would be slapping money on Burnley to win and the draw like hard if I was out in the UK because it's like they can't keep getting away with it. They can't keep getting away. Like these teams, we have gotten away with it so much this season, and obviously this season from like the amount of losses that we've had is incredible. You take away these last minute winners, like man, we would be really down there on the table. Whew. I just have to keep thinking we're kind of going to be conceding 2, hitting 3, and winning 3 points at home. You know, I just have a feeling. I like to see the score sheet look more like the Sheffield United game, dominating shots, dominating possession. But company on the touchline, I don't like. They got nothing to lose. Like it's like blood in the water at Old Trafford. These shit teams think they can come and get something. They're watching us like get cooked by Coventry. They know we're there for the taking. And
bro, they're not a dead duck yet. Like Sheffield are done. They're not done. 9 and 4 are in 26 points in safety at 17. They're in 19th place at 23 points. So like they got plenty of life left with 5 games left in the season. Sorry, they have 4 technically. But I agree with you, sir. I think we're going to lose 2-0 because, like you said, like every time we get our fucking hopes up, the team stamps on our heart. You said we're going to win. I think we're going to lose.
Oh, okay. But you said I agree with you.
I agree with you. It says this team's a bunch of bluffers, and like every time they get like any kind of momentum, they like trip on themselves. So I think we're going to lose. It's going to be like another Bournemouth 2-0 Burnley, and all of a sudden like the relegation fight's very, very frisky. So Let's get some news.
United in the news. It's also hard to keep track of relegation with all these points deductions.
It's a good point.
Flying
It's
out
a
the
very
window.
good point. How wild is that?
Crazy, but not as crazy as the amount of money Newcastle won for Dan Ashworth. Would you just could you just calm down? Like, Jesus.
Crazy, right? 20 million?
The guy doesn't even work for them anymore. This is like such bad faith.
It's so petty.
like-
It's so petty.
it's kind of like I don't need to tell you how.
Doesn't make them look. It doesn't make them look like a big deal club. I'll tell you that. Like, how did City treat us with Omar? They're like, all right, we got it. He wants to go. He wants to go. That's how normal institutions treat things like this. People that have.
It's not unprecedented, but it tells you kind of who Newcastle are and who
Correct.
owns them and
Correct.
how they behave, which is
Correct.
basically like a spiteful child. When it's like, all right, you really want to. It's like the guy doesn't have a job, and then you're gonna like impede him from taking another job,
And you're still paying him.
for like, I don't get it. It's like really petty. We're willing to pay like 10 million. It's like crazy how much money we were talking about. I think it was like 5 million a year for 3 years. That's insane. I've heard a bunch of rumors, but regardless, like apparently Newcastle won 15 plus 5 in add-ons.
5 add-ons. Have you ever heard of add-ons for a fucking management position? An executive position? It's not even a manager.
Ducker suggested that we were going to pay 2 million. I saw another rumor where it was actually like 3, 3, and 3. So
Okay.
something like that. I could live with that, like 10 million, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not crazy if you compare it to like what some managers go for. And also, like, I'm not as worried about getting him in tomorrow. I want him in tomorrow. I want him the day after tomorrow. Of course I do. But we do have 2 of the 3 will be in by June 1st, right? Omar starting in June.
That don't matter, dude.
It does matter, bro. Come on. They're already talking. They're already talking.
Come on.
Yes, it does
No,
matter.
dude.
The guy who's the CEO, who's our new CEO, doesn't matter. I think he does.
This is the crown jewel, sir.
Of course he is,
This
but
is
they're
it.
already in cahoots,
This
bro.
is it.
They're already in cahoots.
Burrata? You're talking tomatoes on toast. Burrata? Does it even have mozzarella? Is even coming with the mozzarella? Is it the type of burrata that comes?
Get the
Or
fuck
is
out
it
of there.
just,
What
is
are you
it just
talking
the tomatoes on the shit toast, or is it like you getting some mozzarella with it? I don't care about that guy. I care
don't
about.
care about it.
I want the real meal. I need, like, sir, give me
Meat pie. Meat pie Ashworth. Meat pie Ashworth.
Yes. This guy is it. He defines the playing style. He figures out our recruitment strategy. Like, he does it all. He sets the whole thing up. Then he's got to hire a whole team. And at the end of the day, we have big shots to call right now. And then you have Wilcox, Cox, and Parada. Like, Ashworth's definitely going to be like, in the bushes, like whispering to him for sure. But like, we need this guy in. And honestly, if it takes the 15 million, like, you should just pay it. It's like, it sucks.
We paid
to do it.
$100 million for fucking Anthony. It's like,
sucks.
what? It's like, yeah, you just fucking, you pay like, get it to 10.
It sucks.
12.
Yeah, 10.
You don't pay
10 over
20.
3 years.
Yeah.
10 over 3 years.
Well, like 4 a year for 3 years or something like that. But like, you don't pay 20. You want, I kind of hear you, but like, I think you're not giving the other guys credit. He is the mastermind. He'll be the fucking puppet master. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, we're going to have a competent team comparatively to what we've been dealing with the last 20 years. Like, light years ahead.
I said we're not getting him this summer, for the record. What I said is that he will not be here this summer. Him not being here this summer will materially hurt us. Despite Barada being the CEO and despite Wilcox coming in, not having Ashworth for this summer will basically defer all the work to next
Delays it.
summer.
I don't know. It doesn't permanently hurt us. It just delays the process.
Yes, well, it does hurt. That hurts us because it means that, like, everyone knows, if you're to look at transfer windows, summer transfer windows are the longest. As far as like, there is no playing. There's the most amount of time to do deals, and this is when you can make your mark. January, it's like you could do maybe like 10 or 20% of the work you could do in the summer window, and to not have Ashworth be doing the real work right now, it's going to delay it all till next summer. It's going to be a whole nother summer if we can do the real work Wilcox and Broad are going to do the best they can, but like it's about getting the young guns in because we're going to try to sell big, but we need young center backs. We need to get these prospects like identified and signed and negotiated, and Ashworth is the man to do it. And with him not at United, it makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. There's so many moving parts of this club right now that I'm starting to feel like Ineos's first mistake is going to be this one, because if you can't get Ashworth in, then you got the manager decision. There's too many decisions to make. And when you don't, and like I feel like Ashworth had to be almost number one coming in. Like Barada could have been the second guy, but you needed Ashworth first before you can get everything going. Because the CEO has so much commercial responsibility, and that's humming, and it's like the football is fucked, and we need to get this guy in to figure out the manager situation, to figure out who we're selling, who we're buying. And I just feel like order operations isn't right, and this could be Ineos' first mistake. They'll sort it out, but it's just going to take too much time. And Newcastle knows this, which is why they're fucking us, and like they're making this thing take a lot longer and asking for so much money, is because they're intentionally injuring United.
And they are. And they know what they're doing, and they're being intentional about it. And City don't worry about United. They're like, whatever. You can have Omar. We'll find another guy. Southampton didn't worry about us taking Wilcox. But Newcastle, they're a team that in theory will fight for a fourth, a fifth, or a sixth spot where United are currently fighting. So I think we'll be okay. I do agree with you. There are a lot of decisions to make. There's a lot of decisions to make. This is not a normal season or a normal rebuild. It's like we're going to need a new coach. We need like all these new positions. We need to like retool the data team and the physio team. It's like everything needs to be kind of rebuilt. So there is a tremendous amount of work to be done. But how they go about negotiations here is going to be telling for like the kind of MO they project to the broader market. So like I think they know it's very they know it's very important to like not get raked over the coals in a bad deal, because then it's gonna like, oh, these guys can be taken advantage of. And Ed Woodward and John Murtaugh got taken advantage of time after time after time after time, and they got made like clowns. And I think that it's gonna be hard because we're gonna lose some deals this summer because they're not gonna be willing to overpay. For a variety of reasons. They don't want to lose face. They don't want people to think that they'll overpay all the time. And also, we're not going to be nearly as like spend happy as we've been.
Worth is the guy to do it for you. Like, it doesn't, the only way you save face in the transfer market is if he's negotiating for you, or he's selling your players, or he's buying the new ones, and you don't have them. That means Wilcox and Barada are going to be doing this. It's like, it doesn't matter if Ratcliffe gets fleeced getting the best director of football in the land. In world football, he's number one. You pay top dollar. It could be $100 million to get Champions League with this guy. It's about missing out on the next prospect. It's about like there's so much work to do with the squad, and to punt it another summer is just like it eats me inside, because he's got to be the guy to do it. Getting him hired is how you don't get fleeced.
I know, but it's April, so I'm hoping
Southampton.
It's
like
April.
Southampton guy can't do it.
Well, he's from City, bro. He just joined Southampton. He was at City for 10 years.
No, but you know what I mean.
I know, but they're not chumps. They're not. You're acting like they're Richard Arnold and John Murray. I agree with you, but also I think
football level people for the amount of work to be done, you need Ashworth in to do it.
I agree.
That makes me nervous.
But I think they'll overpay. I think they'll get there. I think they'll pay like 10. Right? They're posturing.
I agree.
Now. They're at 20. They're like, we're not paying 20, but they'll pay like 9, 10, 11, 12. And like you said, if it means you can sign the next fucking Mbappe, right, or the next Jude Bellingham, and we paid $100 million for Anthony. And I know that was the old crew, but still, it's like
it doesn't start without him. Like in earnest, like if we do the whole summer with Wilcox and Barada, they will do it.
You can't hire a manager until you get him in. You can't hire a manager until you get him in. Really, if you think about it, you shouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And so it's like, and then here we're gonna talk Tommy Tuchel.
Inevitable.
Number one choice.
Inevitability. Let's talk about it.
Number one choice to replace Eric Ten Hag this summer if they sack the Dutchman, per some source. That's probably tier 4. But regardless,
it was on Sky. It was also on Sky.
We heard Tuchel. Now it's kind of like it came out strong after the Coventry game. It sounds to me where there's smoke, there's fire. They're talking to other managers. What do you make of Tommy T? Let's just drop it straight. Tommy T coming in, made man, joining the family. How do we feel?
I mean, here's the thing. We talked a lot about this. The next manager will speak volumes in terms of the direction that the new regime wants to go in terms of near term, like how they want to approach like the rebuild, the first part of this rebuild. There's probably a lot of iterations of the rebuild. There's probably two models. There's like the established guy come in, try and win now. And then there's a guy who's like kind of like a caretaker. He's not going to win you shit, but he'll get people kind of organized and not rock the boat and not trying to have too much control. And Tuchel is a win now guy. I mean, simple as that. He is a win now guy. He can win now. He's an excellent coach. He's an elite coach. He's probably a top 5.
Is he elite? Is he elite?
He won the Champions League with Chelsea, bro. In like 21.
He sucked at PSG.
But PSG always sucks because that's a rotten club.
But like
it's a rotten club, bro. But I think that he became elite in my mind when he won the fucking Champions League with Mason Mount and the rest of that crew. That's like, I mean, you can't just win the Champions League unless you're a good coach, in my book. And his winning percentage is very high.
On him. Look, I like him, but like I do think he's more shine than he is resume, which means if you actually look at his resume, he went to Bayern, like couldn't do well at Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, which is like not that hard of a league. Went to PSG, couldn't really break through there. He got lucky in the Champions League with Chelsea. That was kind of like a one-off thing, and then he got canned. And so, I mean, I like him because he's a dog.
Yeah, but why did he get canned? You know why he got canned.
I like him because he's a dog, and he shook his hand with Conte and like started yanking him up and eyeing him up. Like I like that about him. But like as far as I think he's like a little more shine than resume at the moment. But I feel like he's a Mourinho mean mugger, like blow up the team.
He's like a Conte.
And that makes me nervous.
He's like
I like him though.
He's an 18-month, 24-month max before it all fucking flames to shit.
He could be like a Klopp type guy if it all works out and like it's the right fit, but like something tells me it's like him getting pissed in 18 months and heading out the door, right? Like I don't doubt that he has the talent or he could have enough dog to do it, but my gut tells me Manchester United's a shit show. He's gonna think he's better than it, and like something like that, like hop big club to big club every 2 years is kind of his MO, like Conte or Mourinho character.
Could be. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. There's any validity in this rumor. I don't like. He's not a guy. I don't care at this point because I know it's like I don't really have a lot of confidence in the next guy. I think it's going to be a couple managers before we find the one. See, get out of here, bro. Like, those stupid pods like Zizou. Like that guy is not coming here, bro. You think he wants to come to fucking like, Northern England?
It's like, would you rather have Jesus or Zizou manage you? I mean, they're both like the two characters in world football. It's like this guy is like Zizou is like a legend, dude. He's not even real.
Not coming to Manchester United.
He like floats down from the sky to the touchline.
He doesn't need to work. He doesn't need to work, bro. He won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. He's like, I'm good. I'm the man.
I'll tell you that, like, he just get like the perfectly tailored suit.
He always looks great.
On the touchline. Talk about like, talk about bald style.
He'd get years. They could be playing football. This shit. He'd get like 5 extra years because he just looks so good.
No, he just like, and the way he just would brush everybody off, and like headbutt you.
The press would love him, bro. By the way, like you talk about how press treats people differently, and they hate United managers.
They love Zizou.
They would love him. They would be like, they would be so fucking in awe of Zidane. It would be amazing. He's not coming, so don't even think about it. We're both like Graham Potter, bro.
I would be in awe. All right, jumping to fan questions at Yoni Boy. Sirs, at this point, I don't know what type of football we are playing. Is it safety ball, long ball, pass it from the back? While Sheffield United look dangerous going forward, I don't even know if I should get mad or excited for the win at this point. But Eric Ten Hag is saving his job. At Johnny McGill 1, what players would you sell and what players would you sign?
How much time you got, Johnny?
Who would you sell for the most money? Top 3 players you'd sell.
I mean, there's not a lot of players you can sell for a lot of money. I'd sell Rashford. I wouldn't sell Bruno. I would sell you'd sell Magoo, McSauce. Like I'm not gonna. Anyone else that's valuable, you're not gonna sell, right? So like, you need to sell Sancho, you need to sell Donny, you need to sell Anthony, but those guys aren't worth shit. The players that are worth money, the players we want to keep on to. Those are Garnacho, Kobe Mainoo, Hoylands, Bruno Fernandes. Those are the most valuable players we have. So otherwise, it's like you're either selling players you want to keep or selling players that are going to be really hard to sell because the reason that Donny Benedict is still here is because we gave him way too much money and nobody's going to match even half of that. So it's like, that's why we need Dan Ashworth in tomorrow, sir.
That's exactly. In my opinion, at the right price, everyone's for sale other than probably Kobe, Mano, and Garnacho. Those are the only two.
I would agree.
Those only two.
I would agree.
Everyone is for sale at the right price, other than those two players. And there's no amount of money that you could sell them for right now.
I would agree.
Because we just need funds and we just need to rebuild the team. And as far as buying players, young center backs, dude, young left back, we need to get the defense sorted. It's just like
young and super athletic and young.
And no like Malacia from like the Dutch league, bro. We need to get like proper like players who are like
playing in France, playing in Germany, playing in Italy, like the big three.
Like durability, like top trait that we need to. Like left back, right back, like this whole like AWB to low right back. It's like, what is that going to get you? Like one can't defend, one can only defend. It's like, how about we put them together into one player and get that guy? It's like, we're absolutely just cooked. At mmarin_805, United are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Damn straight. Sometimes the chocolates taste good. Sometimes not so good.
Sometimes not so good.
At Randy Scrandy L, yeah, we won, but who gives a shit? Individual performances to beat one of the worst Premier League sides in recent memory. Everyone assumes at 3-2 we will blow it. I'll give him that one. At 3-2, I was a little nervous. Ten Hag is definitely
4-2. I thought we were gonna blow it.
Ten Hag is definitely blown his audition for Ineos. Give me Tuchel. Give me Fred the Red. I don't care anymore. Do you think he's blown his audition for Ineos? Like, is it done?
Yes, I do.
I agree.
Because like, sure, if he went on a 5-game winning streak and we somehow made 5th place and won the FA Cup, like maybe they'd be like, "Fuck it, let's just defer a year and not pay him out $10 million." But that's not going to happen based on what we've seen. I might believe that months ago, but like this season, something's fucked up, and these players aren't listening to this manager anymore, and this manager's running out of ideas. So it's like, this is over. So it's over. They're looking, bro. They're talking. There's too much chatter in the fucking presses from all the agents of available managers that like they are looking in earnest.
Yeah, and like the whole idea, like you beat Sheffield United or you win the FA Cup, and you play horrible all year, and somehow he keeps his job. It's like, we're not a relegation team, bro. It's like like I actually would think you could finish 8th and keep your job as long as we're playing better and improving and playing in a certain way that we want to see. And that the style, the shitfootball.com is the reason he's going to be sacked, not the results, because the results actually have not been that bad. Amazingly, like today again. It's really the quality of the football. At D_Cole18, Rashford dropped, and the players show collective effort to get their heads out of their asses and run. I'm shocked. Well, not that shocked. Said it for years. The old English look after the boys mentality needs to be kicked out the door. Magoo is class, and Wheatley looks like a player. What'd you make of Wheatley on his debut?
He's a big. I didn't realize how big he is. He's a proper sized lad. I watched a little bit of the cup. He's got good feet. He scored both goals to Sink City. He's a player. You know, it's incredible the quality of players that are coming out of the academy these days. Shea Lacey's coming next. The left back we've been hearing about, who's super young. So hopefully he gets minutes, bro. I mean, I like the manager. He's done, but I give him credit for one thing. He has been good. I like what I see him with a young kid. I don't like what he said in the press. That bothers me still. But like when he's encouraging a young kid before he makes the debut, that still like makes me a little happy. So I'll take the little things I can get, you know, the little specks of sugar with all the shit.
No, I totally agree. And then whenever he changes it, it works.
It always works. It works every time. Like every time.
He was so stubborn this year when it wasn't going well, and he wouldn't change it. And like that, I feel bad. I just like,
he dug his own grave, bro. He dug his
own.
It
was
grave.
like a little, but it was like a little there was like locker room riffs, survival football, and then getting stubborn, and then kind of spatting with the press, and like the whole nine. It just, as a fan, it sucks to see that at your club, dude. It's like nobody wants that, and you know, just want to see the team kind of reset. Get Ashworth. Onwards and upwards, sir. That is it. That's the podcast. You like the American Red Devils? Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/American Red Devils. Tons of benefits. AmericanRedDevils.store. Eric Ten Hag Red Army scarf, $4.99 on sale.
Get
I
them
don't
on,
think we've
get
sold
them while you
one
can.
since it's
Get
on
them while you
sale.
can. They're going fast. We're running out. I'm literally, I can't even do my day job or take care of my kids because I'm sending out so many of those. I'm sending out so many of those Eric Ten Hag scarves, bro. They're flying out the doors.
Hey, people vote with their wallets. We haven't sold one scarf.
Not since the last recent run of form. We sold a little bit in 2023, but
No. We sold them at the beginning of the season, but since I put them on sale.
no. They can smell that deal a mile away, bro.
No. Someone just bought one, literally,
Shut up.
12 hours ago.
Fuck
you
off.
know, shout out Alan back in the management.
Yeah, what up,
go.
Alan?
Let's go, Alan.
Let's get some top
St. Louis.
St. Louis, baby. Let's go.
Give us our top 10 downloads last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? Chicago, Illinois, Dublin, Ireland, Manchester, England, Los Angeles, California, Melbourne, Australia, Brooklyn, New York, Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Seattle, Washington, Charlotte, North Carolina. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. It's been a shit season. We ain't done yet. We got 5 games left in the league. We got an FA Cup final. But hey, here we go. The best thing is listening to all the Liverpool fans, sir, talking about the quad, the treble, the double. 3rd place and an EFL Cup, sir. 20 times. Man United, they won't be singing that this year. Sir, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your week. We'll see you guys after Burnley.